I cannot do this again. I've read the manga and it left me with long-lasting emotional damage. And now the fact that it's getting an anime, a full-blown anime to make me relive that. To put it short, I'm not ready and I'm pretty sure you won't be as well. At the very least, there is something to be learned from a story like this that shows just how fragile or bad the human psyche is and can be. And the way this manga portrays that with this little supernatural element is just beautiful. Tragic but beautiful. I know it sounds weird, but this is the story of a little octopus that wants to help a little girl find happiness.
ねえ、そこに誰かいるの？
僕が今度こそ君をものすごい笑顔にしてみせるっぴ。
I personally think I'm just a sucker for these tropes. When certain narratives take their time to explore the meaning of life and its values, the independent, intricate details on what makes life worth living. It's probably why 3 Days of Happiness or I Sold My Life for 10,000 yen per year completely broke me, and stands as one of my favorite manga to this day. And novel, which by the way I hope gets an anime movie soon. If anything deserves a high budget anime movie, this would be it. I mean, you can tell from the title alone, even if you haven't read it, that it will be emotionally something. Or even more simpler versions of this, like in Kimi no Suizo wo Tabeta or I Want to Eat Your Pancreas, where we see the value and meaning of connections in life with one person to another, and how important it is to live life to the fullest. As people who sometimes can feel like we lack direction in life, feel like everything is just brain rot, stories like these are amazing ways to understand more about not just the world around us, but ourselves. And this manga, Takopi no Genzai or Takopi's Original Sin, takes that concept one step further. Probably why it quickly blew up in Japan and is now getting a full-blown anime adaptation that looks nothing short of beautiful. Combining his children's storybook style of storytelling with something that completely blows away expectations. It's like a more slice of life made in Abyss. Honestly, not even a great comparison, but something to picture when it comes to what to expect if you decide to pick up the manga or watch the anime in the future. Showing us something unfold in the perspective of naivety and pureness. Someone that's used to seeing the world without the exposure to the darker sides of life and how cruel it can actually be. What better way to show that than an alien octopus-like creature from the planet of happiness called Takopii. Takopii, cute name, right? But not so much of a cute story. I mean, at first you may think that. I don't want to ruin too much, so I'll keep this as vague as possible. It's a story that shows just how ugly humanity can be, as this alien Takopii with some powers which I won't mention tries to help humans and also in the process just understand them a bit more. But for a creature that has only known happiness its entire life, hence being from the planet of happiness, it makes you think about how it would react to, or better yet understand the concept of abuse, suffering, bullying, loss of loved ones. Emotional damage! You get my point, just all the bad things you can think of that can ruin and take entire lives. Things that may even have ruined your life. In fact, a central part of this is that Takopi's action of trying to reach out with kindness only makes the person's situation worse. The one is trying to help. I think the very first chapter, when you give it a shot, will show you exactly that. Which brings us to the perspective to the other person's side of the story, the human. A little girl whose life is, to put it lightly, just miserable. Remember, I'm using that word in a very reserved way. Some of the stuff that they show in the manga, I'm not gonna lie, it was very hard to read. Seeing a human child go through all that, I can't even begin to describe it. And the fact that it's gonna be animated, just imagine how impactful that will be. So yes, in some ways it may not be for everyone, but if you can stomach some really dark stuff, you are in for a treat when it comes to masterful storytelling. The way the drawing is able to reflect all the emotions perfectly and the animation matching that exact style, which you can tell from this preview or trailer, and of course the pacing of the manga not dragging on and making it long enough to reflect the author's messages and ideas makes it something which I feel like deserves a lot of respect, especially since this is one of those stories that I feel like could actually be dragged on quite a bit. Rent a girlfriend. Now with that said, go read Takopi no Genzai or Takopi's Original Sin, and if you've already read it, do let me know in the comment section below what you thought about it. It's like one of those stories that I read recently, like over a year ago, and it definitely let's just say it had a huge impact. And the fact that I now heard that it's gonna receive an anime only increased that impact even more, because I'm now expecting that to hit even harder with like all the soundtracks and stuff. You get my point. Anyways, hopefully you guys got a brand new recommendation out of this, and if you did enjoy this video, do leave a like, and if you're new here, hit subscribe for more anime and manga videos. Got a lot more stuff coming up. Took a little break, but yeah, just look forward to a lot of new things. I don't want to spoil too much. Point is, just like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.